Hey besties! Just wanted to do a little book haul of all the pieces that I've picked up recently. Okay, starting I think from latest to earliest. Just went to Kinokuniya with Kevu and I found Jane Austen's teenage writings in the Oxford World Classics edition. Emmy raves about this. She has like an entire shelf in her collection full of these editions, and I don't have any of these, which I'm kind of sad about. There's a sticker on the back, and I saw right next to it there was like a Penguin Black Classics edition filled with the same stories, but also including Lady Susan, which I already have in another book, and that was more expensive, and this one has all of that but Lady Susan, and it was cheaper. So even though I don't have any in this edition, that should be alright. I'm like super excited because I've read Sanditon, Lady Susan, and the Watsons, which were really nice, but that was like her older works, but this is like her teenage writing. So I want to see how she's progressed. And there's a couple of pieces as well that were finished by her or continued by her family once she passed away. So I'm really excited to see what they wrote as well. I think there's a couple of letters here too, which I probably read also in my 800 Years of Women's Writing little anthology. But yeah, super excited. Also, isn't the cover just like so cute? I don't know what they are, but yeah, anyways, I also picked up this kind of looks like really bad smut, but Mr. Rochester by Sarah Shoemaker, which I'm gonna assume is a fake name. But if anyone is aware of the classics, Mr. Rochester is the love interest in Jane Eyre, which was like one of my favorite books that I've read last year. So the blurb says, Edward Fairfax Rochester, the most romantic, complex, and mysterious of literary heroes. Time has come to tell his story. On his 8th birthday, Edward is banished from his beloved Thornfield Hall to learn his place in life. His journey eventually takes him to Jamaica, where, as a young man, he becomes entangled with an enticing heiress and makes a choice that will haunt him. I know who that young heiress is. It is only when he finally returns home and encounters one stubborn, plain young governess that Edward can see any chance of redemption and love. So yeah, it's just not only the first thing I thought of when I saw this was Midnight Sun, like oh my god, the parallels. Edward Cullen's perspective in Twilight, and this guy's name is Edward. Anyways, yeah, so it kind of reminded me of that, and the cover is kind of, I don't know, really fucking. I went on Goodreads and there was only like 3,000 reviews, but anyways, I am really excited to read this. I'm probably gonna read it soon. I'm probably gonna read it whenever I decide to do a Jane Eyre reread, so at least until like next year or something. But I think it would be super fun maybe to do like a side by side. I know I would read them concurrently because these are like totally out of sync. Like this is his childhood, so I'll probably read this first and then I'll read Jane Eyre alongside. But yeah, that is Mr. Rochester by Sarah Shoemaker. That's the spine and that's the back. Okay, and then some complicated feelings. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez or Marquez, I don't know. This, okay, some books are more difficult than others, and sometimes it's like not worth putting in the effort, but I feel like by the way that like Emmy talks about this and by the way like Grace talks about it, I think I didn't give it its due diligence the first time I read it. And once Emmy announced that she was doing a read along, which I purchased this prior to her announcing that, so I was like, or was it after? No, it was after. That's a fucking lie. I was like, okay, well, it's a sign. I'll read it along when she starts that. Read this before. Is it Chilean? I can't remember. I feel like it's Chilean. It could be, yeah, I think it's yeah, anyways. Kind of like the, I don't know, really fuck it. I went on Goodreads and there was only like 3,000 reviews, but anyways, I am really excited to read this. I probably gonna read it soon. I'm probably gonna read it whenever I decide to do a Jane Eyre reread, so at least until like next year or something. But I think it would be super fun maybe to do a side by side. I know I would read them concurrently because these are like totally out of sync. Like this is his childhood, so I'll probably read this first and then I'll read Jane Eyre alongside. But yeah, that is Mr. Rochester by Sarah Shoemaker. Some complicated feelings. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez or Marquez. I don't know. This, popularator, what's the word? It really made magic realism kind of a more known genre, and a lot of people reference this, and hopefully, like most rereads, once I go through this a second time, I'll be able to comprehend a bit more of what's happening. I'm also, since I read it in ebook form the first time I read it, I couldn't, so the gist is like there's like a lot of characters that have this like exact same name. So at the front there's like a map, not a map, what are these called, family trees. So it was a little bit tedious having to refer back to this in the ebook form, so hopefully now that I have it in the physical form, it'll be a lot easier for me to keep track of who is who. But yeah, got that in the Popular Penguins edition because I had 3 other editions in this part, and because Grace also read this, and I was like, might as well. I honestly think, I don't know if people have like a consensus on which one is more popular or more well-known, 100 Years of Solitude or Love in the Time of Cholera, but I've definitely, I think, heard Love in the Time of Cholera more than 100 Years of Solitude. I'm going to assume it's going to be on the same boat. Magic realism, but yeah, I'm really excited to read more translated fiction. On that note, we have The Stranger by Albert Camus. It's French, so maybe the S is silent. But I didn't realize it was so thin. It's like really, really thin, really, really tiny. And this was a book swap with someone from Western Sydney for my 21 Lessons in the 21st Century. I honestly have no idea what this is about, but I've yet to read any translated French fiction. No, that's a lie. I'm reading Les Mis right now. Finished any translated French fiction, so hopefully I can get started on this soon. It's Vintage International. Oh my god, I didn't even know. The thing is, my vintage shelf is like rapidly filling up. It's that one. Bye-bye. That one right here. Whoop, this one right here. And if I have Les Mis and War and Peace actually in that shelf, I'm like actually compressing it. It's like a hydraulic press. So I don't know if I have space to fit it in there, but that's okay. Okay, we'll do this one. I think I'm going out of order because I got this one after The Stranger, but this is the Iliac Crest by Cristina Rivera Garza, which I think this is Chilean. I think this is Chilean, but again, Emmy recommended this and she just said it like blew her mind. So the blurb says, on a dark and stormy night, an unnamed narrator is visited by 2 women, one a former lover, the other a stranger, who ruthlessly harass him and claim to know his greatest secret. In increasingly desperate attempts to defend himself, he spirals deeper into a haunted past of disappearance and memory. And it's published by Feminist Press at University of New York. A really kind of a really haunting cover. I think the iliac crest is the part of the human anatomy that people use to identify female bodies, biologically female bodies. So I think there's going to be a lot of commentary on what it means to be a woman, biology, the psyche. I think it's like gothic. Maybe, so yeah, I'm like really, really excited to read that. It's probably gonna be a really good time to read it during October, like spooky season, but I already have a lot of books lined up then, so we'll see. And finally, this is Children of the Black Skirt by Angela Betzien. I got this because my student was studying it in class, and I couldn't find any copies of it online or in my library, so I just decided to buy it. This is a play of an Indigenous Australian story. It is really, really short. The last section, this whole last part, is just teacher's notes, so it's only really this much. It was really, really good. I really, really liked it. I think it says a lot about the power of stories, how the past lingers and haunts you, and the importance of acknowledging our history and letting go in order to move on. But yeah, that's it for the book haul for today. These are the books, and I'll see you later. Bye!